The second post-apocalyptic sci-fi series I'm reacting to today. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Dr. Stone New World Episode 5, which feels weird to me, by the way. Um, I don't know. I feel like I should be on like 6 or 7. I don't know why, but I feel like I should be further along. But no, I'm only on episode 5. I don't know why that is. I guess the progress we've been making so far with this season has just made it feel like it's been longer. I don't know. Um, but you're probably wondering about that cold open. About my thoughts on that this is the second post-apocalyptic sci-fi series I reacted to today. And you're probably wondering about that for a couple reasons. So, if you had not seen it go up prior to this, I did post a first impressions reaction to the Hayao Miyazaki 1978 series Future Boy Conan. And I would very strongly recommend you checking that out. If you have not done so already, it is phenomenal. It is like I'm gonna spoil. I'm spoiling my thoughts on it right there. I don't care. It's that good. Please check out that reaction. Um, but you also may be wondering, do you really count Doctor Stone as sci-fi? Like post-apocalypse, it absolutely is. That's just undeniable. But yes, I would count it as sci-fi as well, because the entire series is literally about science, like just straight up. And with the apocalypse happening via this like worldwide kind of like petrification via all of this this mysterious signal, for lack of a better word, that seems to have gone out, like gone across the world and like swept over it to cause this, all the way to the fact that like we've had Sukasa now cryogenically frozen so that he can be, healed in the future and everything. It's like, oh no, this is absolutely science fiction. It's like, sure, there's elements like from other genres you could absolutely see here, like fantasy and whatnot. Um, but it is very much science fiction. It's like it's just not like Fallout or something like that where you have like weird, like almost retro futuristic tech and whatnot. It's nothing like that. But it is absolutely sci-fi. It's just almost weird to think about it sometimes. Um because it's done in a very specific way. But yeah, I'm very excited for this because like the progress we've been making in this season, like I said, makes it feel like there's been a lot more episodes than what we have actually watched, because there's just been so much, from the farms to the food production, the boats, oil, like so many things that are completely changing the landscape of things. Chrome is making his own big discoveries, which is always good to see. I like that it's not just Senku coming up with everything, or now we have Ryusui and Francois as well helping out with that. We actually still have Chrome, like, as a scientist, being able to come up with, like, things himself. And I think that's important because Chrome is, such a big character for that kind of thing. And they haven't forgotten to continue to showcase his own intelligence, his own ability to rationalize and think things through and figure things out. And I think that's really good. I think that's really good to see. Mind you, I still love seeing Ryusui and the others do this kind of stuff as well. The entire cast is really just great. Like all of them have like their parts to play. They all have their times where they're highlighted, and it's just like they all really serve a purpose. None of them feel too left out. They just, sometimes they take turns. It's like, oh, we're going to focus on Kaseki right now. We're going to focus on Taiju right now. We're going to focus on Gen at the moment. But it's like, everybody gets a turn to have that focus. And I think that's really important for a series like this, where, yeah, you're going to have a cast that's continuously expanding. Everybody needs to have a focus. Everybody needs to have a time to shine, and they all get that. Even characters who don't get that time to shine right when they're introduced will have that later, such as the reporter girl. I cannot remember her name. But, like, we got that time with her, like, learning her backstory and getting a camera and, like, how important that was to her. And it's like, that actually got me super emotional. It's like, yeah, I love that shit. And it's like we've had characters who disappeared for a good while and then came back and have gotten to have, like, great moments ever since, like Taiju and Yuzuriha. It's just like, I love how this series handles its characters. I've talked about before how with any show or movie or game or really any piece of media, the two most important things for me are always story and characters. I truly believe that a series, a piece of media, again, in general, it lives by those two things more than anything else. Like, good animation, awesome. It's a bonus. It's not necessary, but it's great. But yeah, it's like, you don't need it for a series to work super well. Amazing voice acting, again, it's always good to have it, but you don't technically need it. And it's like, all that kind of stuff is like, it's a bonus when it's at its best. And you want it to be good, of course. You never want it to be bad. But you can have a series where, like, every other element is weaker, but if the story and the characters are still super well done, that's all you need. That's really all you need. Because that's what, let's be honest, that's really what you're watching for. You want to be entertained by the story, no matter what kind of story and what kind of genre that is. You want it to hook you in and to really keep your attention, but you also want great characters that make you care about what's happening. The characters, like, help you connect to the story. And it's like, this series does its characters so well. The story is fascinating and has this mystery element of you trying to figure things out, but also wondering what's going to happen as it goes along between certain characters and everything. It all really connects super well. And so it's like, this series just continues to impress me, and that's, like, you know, why we're in season 3 already. Like, we're in New World, and I'm still super hyped about Dr. Stone. It impressed me right off the bat, and it just never really let go of that. And that's always a good thing. Like, I don't know how controversial of a take it is, but this is, like, drastically better than its contemporary Fire Force. Like, I like Fire Force. It has its problems, but I do like it. But Dr. Stone is so drastically better, in my opinion, and these two are, like, the same generation of show. That's why I referred to it as its contemporary. But it's like, one of them is so aggressively better than the other. And it's like, it's not close. It's not at all close. And again, I like Fire Force. There's so much to love with Fire Force, but there's also a lot of things that it does fail on. And I just wish that it handled certain elements and certain characters much, much better. But I've had, like, no real complaints with any of that from Dr. Stone. Maybe a nitpick here or two here or there, but all in all, I really enjoy this. So I'm going to stop gassing this series up, and we're just going to get into this next episode. We're going to see what kind of new inventions and discoveries and innovations we get next. And we'll see if we get any closer to actually finishing the boats and all. But I feel like there's more stuff we got to do to get ready for that. So I still feel like we're not going to actually sail out until the end of part 1 of this season. That's still my belief on that. But let's get into this and see what we have in store nonetheless. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Perseus, the greatest Greek hero pre-Heracles, son of Zeus, slayer of Medusa. The perfect reference, the perfect name for the ship. Specifically because of the Medusa part, because of the entire, petrification aspect there. Um, as someone who's always been like really into Greek mythology, I think that's just a really cool idea. I think that's just really cool. Just nothing else to say about it. Just cool. But yeah, this escalated quickly because this entire episode took place over the course of a year. We literally see a year between the start and the end of the episode. Um, and we see that they have to completely handle how they're doing the ship because the way that they've been doing it from the start has not been working. There's been problems caused from it, and it's not things are warping in the wrong way. It's causing problems, and it's not going to be able to be finished like that. So of course, with Ryusui's help, they're able to like craft a small model of it and then scale it up, which is probably the best way to handle that. It allows for every little thing to be taken into account. And we see a little bit more of Ryusui's backstory here. See that his uncle, actually, I think it said, not his father, his uncle, and then all the other like socialites around him were like calling him self-indulgent and like saying he needs to learn when to give up, when to like call it quits. But he basically just took that as a challenge. He's like, oh, you think I need to learn when to quit? No, I never quit. I follow my dreams. We're going 110% at this now. And Francois, we can see how much they really respected him for it. We can see that they found, um, honestly, just this huge, like, love and respect for, for him through his dedication. And that's why they're so loyal. Because, like, they truly believe in Ryusui's greed. They truly believe that Ryusui's greed is noble and that it is actually for the betterment of not just himself, but everyone around him. And I think that's wonderful, honestly. I think that's genuinely really well done and well handled and written. It's great to see, and it makes me like both of the characters even more. But yeah, I like the little like gag things here, like making the silk swimsuits and the the winter sports and everything, and just having it like Kohaku like going too fast to get on camera. It's like those little moments were fun in this, but obviously the big moments of this were more important. It is wild that most of like the big notable characters boarded the Perseus. Like they really left the remaining people there like kind of to fend for themselves for the most part, right? Like there's not like they took the entire power team. They took practically everyone big and like useful, right? So it's just like I don't know, it's like the weaker members are the ones left behind, and I'm sure that they can do a lot to like do the farming and whatnot that they need for food and stuff in the meantime. And it's like there's people there who would have survived. Like I can't think of his name right now, but the silver-haired guy, who was part of like the village in the first place. I don't think I saw him aboard the ship. The former chief, Kohaku's father, was there, but I don't think I saw the silver-haired guy. So he could definitely act as like an interim leader. Ruri is there, Sukasa's sister. But it's like most of the known notable characters stayed back. I guess, or went on the ship. I guess there are some probably stronger members of Sukasa's army who stayed back. Like there's probably some of them who could still act as like defense if needed, or hunting and gathering and stuff. But it's like out of the named and notable characters, it's just wild that like the vast majority of them went on the ship. Like even Ginro, who originally refused, ended up getting on, kind of against his will, but against his plans at least. But it's like the fact that like everyone's there is wild. Like I feel like they should have at least like left half of the power team there. Like having some of them with them, it's like, yeah, sure, of course. But all of them? I don't know. It's just, and pretty much no one actually refused, right? They mentioned that some people didn't go, but it's like no one named, right? None of the big named characters actually refused. Except initially Ginro. But again, he ended up going anyway. Even though he was just trying to get a picture. Oh, wait, no, Minami didn't go. But again, like, I don't think she would have needed to. And again, Minami, Ruri, it's like the characters who, like, wouldn't really have much of a use going didn't go. So it's like it's just again, it's like some of the ones who I feel like should have stayed. Magma, I think should have stayed. I think he would have been better to stay there. I don't think we need the entire power team. Um, I understand like the writer probably wanted to like bring in wanted to keep us like focused on all these characters because we're probably not going to check in too much with the village, the Kingdom of Science. We're probably going to focus almost entirely on the ship at this point. So it makes sense to a degree that it's like, oh, we got to have all of these important characters joining in, but I don't know. It just feels like there's maybe too many. I'm kind of curious if there's like a list. Everyone in Dr. Stone New World who stayed behind. I have no idea if this is going to come up with much. I don't want spoil. I'm not seeing anything specific that's listing it, so I don't want spoilers, so I'm not going to look up much of anything else. But yeah, it's just like I'm just very curious about who else. Because if I look through this, I'll mute this obviously, so there's no copyright issue. But if we look back here, because in this one group shot where they're all surrounding Ginro, we see like everyone here. Magma, Kinro, obviously, Ukio, like everyone is there. All these named characters. And again, you can see in certain background shots like other characters who we know as well. Like again, Kohaku's father, Kohaku and Ruri's father. You could see them in like kind of in the background of certain shots on the ship. Trying to see like a shot of like other people who are left behind. Oh, also again, they have the prisoners too. Yeah, I think of all the shots, it's showing a lot of like randos, like people who are in this Sukasa's army. Okay, here's a good shot. Yeah, the only named characters in this shot that we see are Minami and Tsukasa's sister. Like, other than them, everyone is just like randos. There's a shot that shows Ruri with a couple of randos behind her. Yeah, I think outside of Minami and Ruri, every other major named character went. At least that I'm seeing. And, like, certainly everyone I can think of. Oh, there is a good shot. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that again. There's a shot that showed, yeah, Senku staying in front of everyone else. Yeah, the white silver haired guy with like the black goatee is who I was talking about. I don't think I saw him on the ship, so he might have stayed behind. It shows him like in a brief shot here. But yeah, I think like. Oh, let me check the photo that Minami takes. Maybe I'll see others in there. Uh. Oh, Suika. Was Suika on the ship? I don't think she was. But then again, I might have just missed her. I feel like she would have been shown in that group shot when everybody's around Ginro, though. I don't think she's on the ship. I think Suika's probably back with them. Okay. Either way. Yeah, it's wild that this is like going already, but it makes sense because apparently they're making a stop to the island where humanity, returned from with the Soyuz, where this entire village eventually spawned from and everything. It's like humanity like came back from this island, so it's like it's a big deal. I wonder exactly what they're getting from there, though. Does maybe Senku just wants to see it, see where his father lived for all that time? I don't know. I'm very curious about that. Maybe they are getting something specific, but we'll see. I'm very, very interested in that, though. Um, they brought up the idea of Y Man attacking Japan, the village, and all. I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like this Y Man is going to like be important to the rest of this season, obviously. But I don't think he's gonna go at if it even is a he. We don't know. I'll say it because we don't know. Um, I don't think it's gonna go after the village. If anything, it's gonna try and track down Senku and everything. It's gonna probably try to track down the signals, which includes the radar and sonar and everything, and it's probably gonna like maybe intersect them at some point or like meet them wherever they're going. I don't know. Again, we don't even know if the Y Man is a person or if it's like some kind of like machine. We have no clue. We have a lot of info we just don't know. So I'm just very curious to see what they do with that. And yeah, otherwise, like, I really enjoyed this episode. It was a good send off to start things with. The design of the Perseus is a little interesting, but I'm used to that with Dr. Stone. There's been some wild designs for things, like the gorilla car and everything. So that's not a surprise to me, but I'm surprised they built that in a year. And like they just like really put forth the effort, and obviously Ryusui was instrumental in that. So yeah, I'm just really surprised that we like pushed that forward so much. Like again, this is only episode 5 of the season. This is like not even fully halfway through because it's like what, 12, 13 episodes. We're not even like fully halfway through the part, I should say, not even the season. Part 1 of the season. We're not even like halfway through that. So it's just like, okay, sure. We're going through this pretty quickly, and that just took me by surprise. I really didn't expect us to set sail until like the end of part 1. But no, it's halfway through part 1. Okay. Um but yeah, tell me what you thought of this episode down in the comments below. If there's anything I missed talking about that you wanted to hear my thoughts on specifically, please feel free to ask. I sometimes miss some things, and I always check all the comments, so I'm willing to answer anything. That all being said, though, thank you so much as always for tuning in once again. I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.